Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Zootopia 2 is coming home to Disney+.
Let's go!
Get ready for a new case.
We're the greatest partners of all time!
New friends.
Gary the Snake.
And your last name?
The Snake.
Dream Team.
And new habitats.
Zootopia has a secret reptile population.
You can watch the record-breaking phenomenon at home. Disney's Zootopia 2, streaming March 11th on Disney+. Rated PG. And right now, you can get Disney Plus and Hulu for just $4.99 a month for 3 months with a special limited time offer. Ends March 24th. After 3 months, plan auto-renews at $12.99 a month. Terms apply.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. You know, it's only fitting during Razzie's month that we talk about Razzie winners, but in this case, we're talking about a Razzie Redeemer winner. So this is someone who at one point in time had won a Razzie and then did better and got awards. So the Razzie Redeemer Award is actually something that, yeah, you know what? Okay, maybe you made a bad movie. Maybe you made a really bad movie, but it means that later on down the road, you start to get your flowers and people are like, oh yeah, we forgot you're really good. That person in question this week is Ben Affleck. And here to join me, someone who needs no redeeming herself, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
Aw, where are my flowers?
Ain't no flowers here for you. All right, so we're talking about the 2014 Razzie Redeemer winner, Ben Affleck, and his filmography. Now, in 2014, he was lauded for his work on Argo and Gone Girl. But of course, his Razzie came when we were talking about Geely. So it's a possibility that some of these movies may come up in topic. But Carrie, we're talking about Ben Affleck, who, according to some, is the bomb in fandoms, yo. How hard was this filmography to go through for you?
I hear he could play the mother shark from Jaws.
Right?
So
again, according to some being Kevin Smith.
I was going to say, you know, depending on who you talk to, Kevin Smith.
Not that we talk to Kevin Smith at all, like ever, but you know.
But that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
We're open to it. I mean, you know,
right?
Call us.
I would be curious what Kevin Smith would pick for Ben Affleck films for Keep Watching Pass.
Oh, we should reach out to him.
Right? Well, he should be listening to this podcast anyways. Damn it. Anyways, here's what we're going to do. And if Kevin Smith is listening, here's what you should do. We're going to pick 3 films each, a keep, a watch, and a pass. The keep is one that we hold in high regard. The watch is one where, you know what? It's still a good movie, but maybe not the first one we pull out of the DVD shelf. And the pass is one, and it doesn't even necessarily mean that it's a bad film. It just means that it's not one that we would actively go out of our way to watch. So, Carrie, why don't you kick off this Ben party here with your Keep Ben Affleck film?
You want me to kick Ben Affleck?
I know, I said keep Ben Affleck, not kick Ben Affleck.
I got confused with the kicking it off.
I mean, she's not bringing flowers. She's digging graves. She's kicking Ben Affleck. Damn.
It's a rough day here in Canada. But
apparently, if you're Ben Affleck, but go on.
So I'm keeping Jersey Girl.
Okay.
And I think Ben Affleck is at his best when he's being a sincere, caring character. You know? And I think that Jersey Girl was just that. You know, he was so kind. I mean, when are you going to take her to see the cats, you know? He was just trying to take care of his daughter. So
what a gem George Carlin is in this film. Like, really. We all know George Carlin from his stand-up. We all know him from, obviously, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But what a freaking gem he is in this. Like, it really showcased that George Carlin wasn't just a funny guy. He was, a sweetheart at heart. Liv Tyler in this, really, chef's kiss. And yeah, Ben Affleck is really good in this film. And Kevin Smith's directing, like, for anyone who's sitting there and saying Kevin Smith is just, dick and fart jokes, watch Jersey Girl and take out the whole Jennifer Lopez dies in the beginning of the film. We get this was, Bennifer era. Forget it. Take all that out of the equation. It is a very heartfelt film from a guy who once wrote a film where a guy had to ask how many dicks someone sucked.
Well, I mean, we also have to, give props to Catch and Release, which is another great Kevin Smith film.
Okay, but he didn't write and direct that film, though.
No, he didn't, but he's in it. And you know what? I think there's a lot of heart behind even his characters of Jay and Silent Bob. Let's be honest, right? Like the reboot where Jay meets his daughter. Like there is a lot of heart in Kevin Smith movies.
There's also
Clerks
Iron Bomb.
3?
Oh, Clerks 3 is just a tearjerker. Clerks 3 is just literally like, we're going to make you feel existential dread for the rest of the film. But Clerks 2, even in a film with a donkey show, there was a ton of heart in Clerks 2.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was what started it all, the relationship, right?
Right. So I feel it almost fitting that My Keep is also a Kevin Smith film, but not Jersey Girl. It's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, that's my watch. So let's get into this.
Right.
Let's
now,
do this.
Admittedly, Ben Affleck only has a small cameo in this, but this is one of the most quotable lines in the film. Like, fictional characters. Love that line. I don't know how many times I actually use that line in regular dialogue. Yes, I'm that guy. But holy crap. This is, to me, this is the best Kevin Smith film. I know that's maybe a bold statement, but this is the best Kevin Smith film of all time. It is comedic perfection. Yeah, it's a road trip film. Yes, it's a quest film, but the level of cameos in this, and that's another thing too, that if you're a fan of Kevin Smith films, there are so many little mini Easter eggs in there for the View Askewniverse fans that you're definitely served. You're served very well. This, to me, was peak perfection for Kevin Smith.
I completely agree. I mean, this movie, again, lovable, characters, Jay and Silent Bob. As you mentioned, it's a road trip movie. They, I mean, their antics along the way at Movie Burger, finding...
I think I just filled the cup.
Finding out some kid on the internet who talked about them. Like, it's just fun. It is fun from start to finish. It's fun along the journey. And how can you not love it?
Right. But also, I mean, like Eliza Dushku in this, Shannon Elizabeth, like the side cast is fantastic as well. And it makes fun of so many different genres. It also pokes fun at the View Askewniverse and Mark Hamill as Cockknocker. One of my most favorite cameos of all time. And he leans into this too. Like Mark Hamill is having the time of his life. Chris Rock is having the time. Like it is. It's a cameo fest. It's almost like the ultimate Kevin Smith inside joke turned into an hour-and-a-half film. Chef's kiss.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday! Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday! Halliday, bring it on!
All right. Since your watch film was already taken, I feel like this is my category alone now. So I wanted to go a little off the beaten path for what you would expect for me to say. So when I say I'm going with the sum of all fears, now, is Ben Affleck the best Jack Ryan? Maybe not. You know, you had Alec Baldwin in The Hunt for Red October. And then, of course, you had Harrison Ford in both Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. So you're stepping into some pretty big shoes in that role. But you also got Morgan Freeman beside you, so that's good. Sum of All Fears, it's actually one of Tom Clancy's better books for me. And despite the fact that this has a 58% tomatometer, so it actually qualifies. And it kind of put a halt on Jack Ryan films being made, because there wasn't anything made after this until like 2014. But don't sleep on this film. Like, if you like the Tom Clancy novels, if you like that kind of political intrigue and, you know, someone who's not necessarily an action hero, but is thrust into these crazy kind of situations, that's the other thing too. Ben Affleck doesn't play this character as a superhero, as Jack Ryan shouldn't be. Right? Alec Baldwin played it well, really well in The Hunt for Red October. Freaking love that film. Harrison Ford, you know, a little more action hero-y than Alec Baldwin was, but that's kind of the way those films were made. Jack Ryan is not an action hero. He's not. He's not a character that's going to be leaping from building to building. You know, he's an analyst. You know, he uses his intelligence and his intellect and, you know, his ability to read the situation to be able to intervene in things. Sum of All Fears allows Ben Affleck to lean into that and doesn't allow him to turn it into some kind of nauseating superhero style film. Sum of All Fears is better than the tomatometer gives it. Maybe this is one of those films we revisit down the road for a future It's Not That Bad episode. If you want to watch something with well, it's got a Baltimore Ravens game in it, so there's that. But still, I'm sorry. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. All right, Carrie, keep and watch are done. What is your pass Ben Affleck film?
Save Martha.
Really? Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, huh?
He is not Batman.
He wasn't a bad Batman.
Oh, he's not. He's not Batman. Period. End of story. Call Michael Keaton. Get him in the bat suit. That's my Batman.
Let me ask you this then, okay? Because looking back at Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, because there are problems with that film. You literally just quoted the biggest problem of that film. No question there. Henry Cavill is not a bad Superman. He's just a good Superman in a bad movie. Ben Affleck is not a bad Batman. You know, when you consider that they're kind of leaning towards the Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller version of Batman in this film, then, you know, he's a little bit more grizzled. He's a little bit more cynical. Knowing the source material that they were leaning towards, that kind of makes sense, right? Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was good casting. You can't really deny that one. The biggest problem with this film is Jesse Eisenberg. He's not Lex Luthor. Like, as much as you say that Ben Affleck isn't Batman, and yeah, if Michael Keaton is your Batman, then no. This is a different kind of Batman. Very much how Robert Pattinson is a different kind of Batman. Very much how Christian Bale is a different kind of Batman. Everyone brings their own little spin to the character. I think I like Ben Affleck more knowing what the Frank Miller version of Batman in The Dark Knight Returns is supposed to be.
I completely appreciate that they wanted to give Batman a darker tone. I get that. But personal opinion, I enjoy the lighter, more, family friendly comic book, like kids comic book Batman.
Right.
So, the Michael Keaton, I would even dare say Val Kilmer had the Batman face and George Clooney had the Bruce Wayne swagger.
I'm glad you put it that way, because I have often said, I know I've said it on this podcast, Michael Keaton was very good at being both Batman and Bruce Wayne. Val Kilmer was a very good Batman. He was not a good Bruce Wayne. And I think that's a fair statement. George Clooney was a very good Bruce Wayne. Maybe not the best Batman, but again, that movie also had major problems as well. I mean, everything had problems with the Joel Schumacher films, but they're still campy and fun, and they are very cartoony. I get it. It's much later. Christian Bale was a very good both. He was good Batman, he was good Bruce Wayne, and Christopher Nolan directed that trilogy very, very, very well. Even though it was a bit more of a grounded take, you still had those Batman moments. Ben Affleck, he's not a bad Batman, but Zack Snyder made these dark versions of superheroes. Meanwhile, the Marvel MCU is just literally raking in all the money at the box office because they are having fun, even though they are putting their own spin on superhero films. There's nothing wrong per se with Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, but it's also, it pales in comparison to everything else that was out there because it opted to take that dark turn. If you make a Punisher film with that kind of darkness, then I think it fits. If you said that Ben Affleck was playing the Punisher in a film like that, I'm with you. That would have worked. Zack Snyder, I don't think, had the proper tonality for the DCEU.
Would that have worked though, even though he had played Daredevil?
Well, I mean, maybe not right away, but I also don't think Ben Affleck was that bad as Daredevil. Yes, there are some major problems with that film, even though it has another Razzie Redeemer Award winner in it in Colin Farrell as Bullseye. But I still think there's some good that came out of Daredevil. Maybe not as Matt Murdock, but I mean, why couldn't he be the Punisher? I mean, Zack Snyder, I think, could have done a good Punisher film. Give Zack Snyder a character that is dark. Or if you want to go down that road, although I would prefer to see Guillermo del Toro do it, Justice League Dark. Give Constantine to Zack Snyder and let him have fun with that character. Go down that dark road with characters that you expect to be dark. Just not Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. All right, I feel like we're piling on the DCEU here, but bear with me. Again, we're talking about a film where Ben Affleck is only in it really for a small cameo, but we're talking The Flash. I am baffled. I am seriously baffled how The Flash not only doesn't qualify for It's Not That Bad, because it has an over 60% tomatometer. How did this not get a single Razzie nomination? I'm sorry, Ezra Miller is annoying as... Both versions of Ezra Miller in this film are annoying as hell. And I feel so bad because people were like, Michael Keaton's Batman is back. Yeah, I got hyped for that, admittedly.
Me too. I mean, the idea of Michael Keaton revisiting his role as Batman, he's my Batman.
No, I get it. And you go into an alternate universe where, Batman is, a little bit longer in the tooth and he's become almost a hermit kind of thing. They wanted to do Flashpoint. They wanted to go full Flashpoint with this film. Reset everything. But they turned Flashpoint, which is one of the most seminal DC stories of all time, and you screwed it up. Because you let Ezra Miller, two versions of him, be annoying as hell. I also feel bad for Sasha Cale. I liked her as Supergirl. I'm also looking forward to what we're going to get this summer when the new Supergirl film comes out, but really, Sasha Cale wasn't a bad Supergirl. And, oh my God, the CGI in this was so bad. So bad. But I think this was not the time to do Flashpoint. Because not only is Marvel knee deep into the multiverse saga at this point, but this also comes out a year after Everything Everywhere All at Once, which proved that a multiversal type film can work. But this is the death knell of the DCEU. This film was the final nail in the coffin. You know who I feel really bad for, though? Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was a fun film. It had everything you wanted out of like the first Aquaman film, which was really good. It had, hints of Shang-Chi in there as well. Blue Beetle, unfortunately, I don't think will be revisited because, the Blue Beetle was kind of supposed to be the first step in this Flash-pointed kind of universe. I don't know if we're going to get another Blue Beetle film. Ever. Which is a shame, because what they did was pretty good.
I likened it more to like Shazam.
Yes.
Or
yeah.
Black Adam, because
not Black Adam.
No. But really, they were meant to be more fun, more light.
That's why I say Shazam and Shang-Chi, I think, is the perfect combination of the two of them.
You didn't like Black Adam, did you? I
liked
some
of
The
Black
Rock.
Adam. I didn't like The Rock in it. I did not.
Oh, I liked him.
Give me Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate any day. Any day. Aldous Hodge as Hawkman? Yeah, hells yeah. Black Adam was a film with a lot of holes in it.
Okay, but most specifically, definitely in line with Shazam.
Yes.
With, kind of bringing in the family as characters of superheroes.
Yeah.
Right?
You could also put a little bit of that Miss Marvel feel into there as well.
Yeah.
And that first series was fantastic. So, yeah, Blue Beetle is an unfortunate victim of just how bad The Flash was. All right, Carrie, please remind our listeners what your Keep Watch and Pass picks are for movies starring 2014 Razzie Redeemer winner Ben Affleck.
Okay, for Mr. Ben Affleck, I am keeping Jersey Girl. I'm agreeing with you and watching Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And I am passing on Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
All right, I am keeping Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back because it is that damn good. I am watching The Sum of All Fears and I'm passing on The Flash. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, until next time, you know the drill. If there is a topic that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass or a movie that you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com and make sure while you're there that you subscribe to the webpage so whenever we put a new post up, you get notified immediately. Until that next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.